Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Leo. So, Leo, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards you can see are from this deck. So, Leo, it feels like you have been taking your time to right now get to a point where you finally reach the top of your game. It feels like you have been slowly kind of paving your way to success. And I don't mean financial or professional success. It's more like this self satisfaction. It's almost like reaching the sense of self confidence or self esteem, like being proud of who you are or who you're becoming. Because it's been a long road. And I feel like since the beginning, you've known that there would be hurdles, there would be challenges, but you've learned very early on, I want to say, how to overcome them. And that ability kind of taught you an important lesson that you've been using it since then, and it's been really, really effective. And it's almost like the more that you use that, it's like the farther you go, right? It's like the more you open up your horizon, which is so beautiful. So now you are at a point where you are reaching success. You are reaching this high level of self esteem and self confidence because you're showing up as the King of Wands. So the thing about this card is that it was so beautiful the way that it jumped out of the deck and then it went to the ground, but it's like it felt like it was sliding down in a very graceful way, in a very it's like a very beautiful, gentle way, but also very empowered way. It's almost like, those people that they don't need to do much, but when they enter the room, it's almost like they're glowing. They are just gorgeous, right? It's almost like this is how you are showing up today, Leo. And what I heard when I saw that gentle landing on the ground was patiently reaching this top of the game type of place, right? Reaching the top. It's like you have been patiently kind of paving that way, right, to success, to the place where you feel good about yourself. And so it's interesting because the word patiently waiting, not patiently waiting, patiently reaching this success point was just out of place, it seemed. It seemed like it was a little bit out of sorts. It wasn't really fitting for this message of, empowerment and feeling good about yourself. But then very quickly, when this thought came to my mind, this card came through, the Four of Swords. And so the Four of Swords is explaining to me how this word patiently wanted to introduce itself, wanted to interject into the middle of this phrase, right? Talking about how you have been, it's almost like you have been climbing this ladder to success with patience, right? It's like there is no angst, there is no anxiety, there is no rush, there is no, yes, there is fire, right? So fire can be very quick, can be very hasty, can be very uh it's almost like this exaggerated type of intention, right? Something that is it's like you're losing control of, or it's like quickly getting out of hands. But you didn't allow that to happen because you took your time, I want to say. This is what the Four of Swords is saying here. It's like you know that you had time to reach this top of the game place, this level of success, this level of self satisfaction that you are in right now. And it's almost like you're proud of yourself for taking that route or taking that lane, or even like staying, right? It's like not doing anything. It's almost like waiting for the perfect moment to keep on progressing forward. I don't feel like you stopped. It's almost like you went with a very slow but very progressive type of pace, because the Six of Pentacles talks about this continuous movement forward. Because to me, this card sometimes brings this image of like this train track that is moving very slowly. And in your case, Leo, that is completely beneficial because it's almost like you never, I don't want to say that you never doubted this, because I do feel like in the beginning, because later on the Eight of Swords came through. So I do feel like in the very early stages of this journey, you did. Mm, it's not like exactly doubting it. It's almost like having second thoughts or just worrying about how it would be, right? But again, it's like you have been taking steps in a very consistent way, taking your time, and it's almost like you knew when you had to rest. You knew when you had to slow down, right? Even though the pace was not exactly very fast, or it's almost like because in the beginning it might have been right, you, it's almost like you knew your nature, because you know you have embodied that. It's not like you didn't know who you were, it's just that you haven't, um it's like you haven't allowed this to go all the way to where it is now. Since the beginning, you've known this. It's like you've known who you are, you've known your essence, because the Page of Wands is like your earlier version. And it's almost like this is like how far you've come, right? Because you've allowed yourself to go in a certain pace, even though there could have been like this intense interest and curiosity and desire and speed, right, to move quickly. But it's like now, because you're reaching this high level of success, high level of, whatever you feel like self satisfaction feels for you, it's like reaching this point of just like this maximum potential. Here, you already had the seed of that. It's just that it was underdeveloped, or it required this path, right? This continuous, consistent path, and one that, it's like the distinction between the Four of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. The Four of Swords is talking about some sort of abstract time, right? It's like this concept like time that is so abstract. But if we look at things, it's like we perceive time because things age, right? It's almost like you have been perceiving the movement forward, the progress forward, because you look around at the physical things, or maybe you look at your own face, right? Talking about like this progression from the page to the king where you are. It's almost like you can see that you have matured. It's like physical things are proving to you, they are evidence of this pace, of this progression, right? So yes, time has flown by perhaps, but it's almost like you don't really feel like it, because it's like you were in it, you were present, you were allowing yourself time to develop, to grow, to expand, to learn, right? So now going back to this earlier stage of your development, even though right now it is in a consistent basis, or it's like this is almost like it's been put into motion, it's been set in place, because you didn't know how to move in the beginning, because you had to figure it out as you went. Things are established now, things are moving in a fair and just way, right? Because of the Six of Pentacles. And yes, this card also talks about like exchange relationships. And it could be something like that, but it's not the main focus. I don't feel like it is. It's just talking about the consistency of the path, the consistency of the progression forward, right? But now things are established, almost like there are almost like this non-negotiable values that now it's like they are a must. They are your path. They are this paved road, right? That you have been placing like all of these blocks, or all of these bricks, right? So each step you were placing a new non-negotiable value that is, it's almost like they permeate every single relationship, but most of all it's like your own, right? Your relationship with yourself, because that was the ultimate prize in a sense. And it's fascinating also. Let me just show you the bottom of the deck card, because actually this card, the Ace of Pentacles, was showing me this ultimate prize. And I want to say that it's not exactly this, but it's you, it's your self development, right? But this is just, again, the same way that this was showing you the proof, right? The evidence all around you on the physical things, perhaps in your own face, in your own skin, right? Aging, but in a very good and healthy way, right? Just like seeing how your self esteem is, it's just elevating because of this, right? So there is some sort of steamed prize, this ultimate prize that it's like you've known that since the beginning, not very clearly though, because these two cards actually jumped out together. And it's fascinating because, well, both of them were yesterday for Cancer, right? The Cancer had this as the opening card, and then the second card was the Eight of Swords. But for you today, Leo, they are switched, right? The Eight of Swords is coming before, and then the Eight of Wands. So what this is saying to me is that in a different way than it happened or that it showed up for Cancer, I do feel like you had a little bit of a headache, or like this it's like this trouble trying to figure out the best path. So you were worried, or you were anxious, or you were again doubting, but not exactly, because it's not exactly like thinking that this path was not for you, or this journey towards reaching the self-esteem was not something meant for you to finally actualize or realize here, right? Or manifest here. I do feel like that was a must. That was uh that's not the word. What is the word? That was a given, right? That was a given. It's like you've only pursued this path because you've known that you would reach this level of maturity, this level of self-satisfaction in time, right? Not rushing into it. But also it's like the it's like learning when to rest is like was also something that you picked up along the way, right? It's like with your practical steps, because the Eight of Swords could have been kind of like this chaotic beginning of the journey. It wasn't that simple. It wasn't as straightforward or lined out or clear as now things are, because now it's almost like these are the rules of the game, right? Now you are aware because you've laid them. It's like you have chosen them, you have selected them, you have experienced them. So therefore, it's clear for you that these are the non negotiable values, right? That permeate your entire life, including your relationships. But in the beginning, it was a little bit of a mess because it was happening very quickly. Because the Eight of Wands is just talking about like having to sort many things all at once, right? And with the level of maturity that you had back then, it wasn't as straightforward as things are now. So perhaps in the beginning you had to deal with like this very messy situation, right? It's almost like having all of these what is the name, cables, right? I'm seeing like all of these cables just wrapped around each other and like a big mess. It's like a lot, right? A lot. So this could have it's like the start of the journey could have been very overwhelming for you, but also because the Eight of Wands is coming after this, it's almost like you have learned how to cope, or how to deal, or how to um it's like detangle, or not allow this worry, not allow this Eight of Swords to be part of the rest of the journey. It's almost like sorting out the mess before even like reaching this stage. I know that I'm not doing justice to this. It's if you're resonating with this, Leo, I know that you're understanding this. It's like it might have been very complicated, very convoluted in the beginning because you didn't have the tools, because you didn't have the expertise, because you didn't have the maturity, because you didn't have the knowledge, perhaps, but you did have the interest, like the eagerness, the desire to pursue this anyway, because you knew that it's like you would handle this quicker than it might have seemed to others, right? Seeing the situation that you were in. It's almost like you knew that despite the confusion, despite the worries, despite the mess, you knew that you had like this it's almost like this speedy mind. It's like this very agile thought process of sorting things out. So, because of your curiosity, it's almost like you know that you had to handle this first before you could continue forward because the Two of Wands is coming next. So, to me, actually, the Two of Wands, it's like the beginning of this path. It's like here is the path, the established path. This is now working even without you wanting to move it. It's like this is in motion, right? Despite you being there to conduct the movement, it is already moving because it's like these valuable pieces are all in place, right? But here in the beginning, you couldn't take those first few steps if you didn't sort these things out first. So it's almost like maybe the reason why the Four of Swords is also coming before the Six of Pentacles is because since the beginning, you've known that if you took your time to resolve an issue or issues, right? Plural, it's like you would have this open, wide, broad perspective, this new horizon, which is what I often talk about with this card, right? This new open horizon. It's like in going towards it, but with no restrictions, with no baggage, right? It's like you're not taking the Eight of Swords with you. You are, it's like you have learned from the Eight of Swords. It's like you are just taking with you the Four of Swords, which is like the knowingness that there are moments that you need to slow down to process it all. But it's like you have this very quick ability to sort things out, right? Because it happened very early on. So that is kind of like the default, right? It's like this is your pre-programmed way of like doing life, right? Proceeding forward, progressing with the things that you commit yourself to doing, right? Even relationships, I want to say. So that happened. Well, now you're reaching this level that you can indeed, like, it's almost like, I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but what I'm hearing is like reap the rewards. Is that how you say it? It's like you are going to be able to collect the prize, right? The esteemed prize, the ultimate prize, the thing that it's most valuable to you because it's, you know, beyond the physical, beyond the material, beyond the financial. It's like it's your self-esteem, it's your self-confidence, it's you feeling good about yourself, about where you are in life because it started in a way that you had to overcome hurdles, overcome challenges before you could progress in establishing things in order, right? Or placing these values, these pillars, right? It's like these non negotiable values beforehand. It's like my mind went blank right now. It's almost like that. It's like you had all of this, but if this was in your mind, it's like you wouldn't be, you know, able to stare at the horizon and just have like this blank slate in front of you to work with, right? It's like you had to establish this first and then the blank slate and then the new path and then the new horizon so that each piece, right, that you would eventually find, it would be so clear for you that that was the thing, that that was the pillar, that was the non-negotiable, that was going to be part of this track, right? This path. I hope that makes sense. Okay, now I am a little bit dizzy. So, Leo, I am going to pull more cards for you before I go blank anytime soon again. Okay, I am going to pull more cards for you as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Bye.